Hello and welcome to another session of Karen's Colours. I'm Dr. Karen and these are my colour conversations. This session is somewhat delayed because I've been on a learning curve. Electronics and I don't necessarily have a good relationship, and that's been proven this weekend because I've tried to do something different. For those of you who've been following my videos, you are aware that I have 3 streams at present, and this video today will be a 4th stream that I'm hoping will take off. For those of you who have subscribed to this channel, I'm truly grateful because your support is the thing that keeps me going. If you have been watching and not subscribed, just hit that little button. It doesn't cost you anything. This session is all about doing a colour reading. Now, colour readings, of course, as I've mentioned in the past, are all about looking at an individual's state of mind, their state of play in the real world. But colour readings can also occur as a result of using cards and a little bit of psychic energy, and read very similar to those cards that we use in the tarot or for other types of divination processes. In this video, I am going to be looking at the month of February, and I'll be looking at it through the lens of each person's birth month. I truly would appreciate some comments. If you find these are of absolutely no use to you whatsoever, I'd like to know that just as much as if they have been helpful to you in negotiating the month of February. Your results are the things that are going to make me decide whether or not to keep this stream going. So as I said, it's an experiment. Let's get started. This is a reading for the month of February for those people born in June.
What will happen for you, those of you born in June, in the month of February? We have a past, we have a present, we have a future, and we have an underlying energy. All right, there are no double ups in this at all. Every aspect of someone who's born in June that will live through February has a different set of colours associated with that journey. Starting off with the past, things have been totally disrupted. Everything that you dreamed about, everything that you desired, everything that you hoped for has been upturned. You may even have had to have moved house or change your job or do some other major thing that causes a total disruption to the things that you were doing in January. So February will start off with a lot of anxiety, a lot of potential joy as well, because purple also contains within it the ability to have fun. So maybe you've even just gone on a holiday of a lifetime. Doesn't really matter, but that disruption will change the way that you believe things about yourself and about your environment and about the people around you. The present for those people born in June for February is one of having to settle down and work hard. Having had this disruption, you now need to bring some sort of order back into your life. But that order isn't something that can be simply done by rearranging the furniture. What the brown represents is having to put in the hard graft, because somewhere down the track, sometime in the future, things will germinate and will give you a harvest. So what it is that you're planting now will eventually come up with a result. But the problem with this is that pink in the real world is all about vulnerability. It's about not being able to resist the things that are happening around you. So you don't really have much input into the sort of things that you will be sowing for the month of February. You know that there's work to be done. You know there are things that need to be established so that you can, in fact, develop a harvest. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that harvest will come from the sorts of things that you thought were being planted, because you have no control over those. So you are vulnerable in the real world. You need to wait out for other people to give you a hand. You can't do this job on your own. So for people born in June, it's going to be a bit difficult to try and work on everything on your own, particularly if you have been involved in this great catastrophic event that has occurred in the past. Taking it to the future, of course, we now have yellow on white. Now, white in the internal world is a total inability to have any specific direction. You're heading in any direction that is offering. You can actually find yourself heading in too many directions all at once and becoming quite lost in the process. Yellow in the real world means that there are some things that look really wonderfully stunning, and yes, I'd love to do those, and I'm going to head for those directions. And on the other hand, they could also designate a great deal of fear, because you don't know what's happening, and what looks like gold might not necessarily turn out to be anything more than just lead covered in a bit of paint. So be careful, because the future for those of you born in June, during February, is one of great extremes. You have the highlights of extreme joy possible, but also the highlights of extreme despair as well. So emotionally, you'll be jumping from one extreme to the other. The underlying energy in all of this is confidence. Orange is all about the ability to meet a drama head on and to overcome it, to have the ability to stand up for a particular ethic, and developing that confidence, and at the same time remaining calm in the real world, doing what has to be done, not allowing yourself to be distracted. That enables you to deal with the issues that come across February. Remembering, of course, that orange and blue are opposites on the colour wheel. So there will be a certain degree of swinging backwards and forwards between high drama and total calm, between stagnation and the ability to overcome it by being a social person, because orange has to do with sociability first. But you also need to be able to interact with people on a level that enables you to listen to what they have to say, to speak your mind, but also to reciprocate by allowing others to do the same for you. And when you do that, when you are able to integrate both the confidence and also the skills necessary to maintain good social relationships, then you'll find that the dramas that are unfolding for you in February will cease to be so incredibly heart-wrenching. So how do we deal with this? Well, let's look at the colours that are missing. There's no black. You don't have any red, but you do have yellow. There's no green. There is blue. There is brown. There is orange. There is no grey. There is purple. There is pink, but there's no cyan. So, representing skills that are currently not in use. Starting from the end, cyan is all about peace, quiet, everything in its place, everything going according to plan, everything exactly the way that you want it to be. Grey is all about dealing with uncertainty. You can't see the colour clearly. You cannot determine exactly what is through that veil, but life throws curveballs and you need to deal with them. Green has to do with your values. It has to do with the things that come from the heart. Is this right? Is this wrong? Red is all about the ability to survive under any circumstances, but that also means taking risks. White and black are both components of the color grey, and in many ways they have similarities. But for black, it's all about hiding away from issues that you don't want to deal with. So people born in June will have to deal with negotiating these skills that they're currently not using. And we do this by taking the one color that is most appealing for you out of those, and then the color that is least appealing for you out of those, and incorporating those into your everyday life. It's important that you see those colors every single day. So either eat foods of those colors together, use them as part of your clothing, and use them as any sort of artifact, even just simply making sure that you notice whenever those two colors arise. And it doesn't matter what the combinations are, because those are individual to you, but they will enable you to navigate this underlying energy to get you from a point of crisis through to a point of happy expectations.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little foray into the month of February for your birth month. If you found it useful or insightful, please leave a comment below. If you found it totally useless, also, please leave a comment below. I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say on the topic. In the meantime, may your life be filled with colour and a lot less in the way of electronic disasters, such as the ones I've had this month coming into February. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.